Peace be upon you, my dear friends, and welcome to a space of reflection and tranquility. I pray that wherever you are in the world right now, your heart finds comfort and your soul finds its true anchor. The most powerful men of ancient Arabia did not deny the existence of a creator. They believed in a supreme maker of the heavens and the earth. But when a single man stood before them and uttered one specific phrase, their entire world shattered. They did not draw their swords because he told them to be good. They drew their swords because he told them to be free. And freedom, true freedom, is the most terrifying concept to a heart that has fallen in love with its own chains. Before we journey deep into the shifting sands of history and the hidden corners of our own modern minds, I invite you to gently join our growing family. If you seek stories that speak directly to the soul, consider subscribing to our channel. It is a small gesture that helps us share these timeless truths with hearts across the world. Now, I want you to step back in time with me. Leave behind the noise of your modern life. Picture the ancient city of Mecca long before the towering skyscrapers and the marble floors. Feel the scorching, dry wind of the Arabian desert against your face. The sun beats down mercilessly on the rocky hills. In the center of this barren valley sits a simple cube-shaped structure, the Kaaba. But it does not look like the sanctuary of peace we know today. Around it, on it, and inside it stand 360 stone and wooden statues. Some are carved with intricate detail, adorned with gold and precious stones. Others are nothing more than crude blocks of rock. The air is thick with the heavy, suffocating smoke of burning incense and the blood of sacrifices. The leaders of the Quraysh tribe, men of immense wealth, pride, and earthly power, walk around these silent statues with their heads held high. Why so many? Why 360 guards? You need to understand the psychology of the human ego to understand this scene. The ancient Meccans were merchants. They understood trade, negotiation, and loopholes. Having multiple guards was not just a religious belief, it was a deeply strategic system. There was a guard for the rain, a guard for war, a guard for safe travel, a guard for wealth. If one guard was supposedly angry with you, you could simply go and offer a larger sacrifice to another guard to intervene. You could play them against each other. You could divide your loyalties. Most importantly, a system of many guards means there is no single absolute moral authority over your life. It gives the human ego an escape route. It distributes responsibility. It allows a man to hold on to his arrogant pride while pretending to be devoted. But what happened next dismantled this entire illusion. A man known for his impeccable honesty, Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, stood before these proud leaders. He did not ask for their wealth. He did not ask to be their king. He looked at the stone figures, and then he looked into the eyes of the men who worshipped them, and he delivered a message that struck like lightning in the dark. He called them to the profound reality of Al-Wahid, the One, and Al-Ahad, the unique and indivisible. He said there is no deity worthy of worship except Allah. The reaction was immediate. It was not polite disagreement. It was pure existential shock. In the Holy Quran, in chapter 38, verse 5, Allah the Exalted records their precise reaction. They gasped, and they said, "Has he made the gods only one God? Indeed, this is a curious thing." They were genuinely bewildered. They called it a bizarre, astonishing thing. But little did they know, their shock was not intellectual. It was purely psychological. Because the moment you accept that there is only one God, you realize you have lost your escape routes. If there is only one, there is no other authority to appeal to. If there is only one, there is no hiding in the shadows of divided loyalty. The One sees everything. The One demands total sincerity. You cannot bribe the One. You cannot negotiate your morals with the one. For the arrogant leaders of Mecca, this meant their entire system of manipulation, their control over the poor, and their own inflated egos had to bow down to a single unchangeable truth. Tawhid, the oneness of Allah, was not just a theological statement, it was an internal revolution. It gathered the scattered pieces of the human soul and forced it to look into a single mirror. But you need to understand what happened after those ancient days, because this is where the story reaches into your very room right now. It is very easy for us to look back at the people of ancient Mecca and shake our heads. We laugh at the idea of a grown man carving a piece of wood, setting it on the ground and bowing to it. We consider ourselves educated, modern, and enlightened. We do not worship stone idols, we do not sacrifice animals to wooden statues. But have the idols truly disappeared, or have they simply changed their shape? Let us pause and look at our own hearts today. The core essence of worship is not just the physical act of bowing your head to the ground. Worship, in its deepest sense, is what your heart revolves around. It is what you fear losing the most. It is what you hope in the most. It is the ultimate goal that dictates your daily choices, your mood, and your sense of worth. When a person wakes up in the morning and the very first thing they check is the number of likes on their social media, and their entire mood for the day is dictated by the approval of strangers on a glowing screen, have they not made the opinions of people an idol? When a person compromises their honesty, breaks their family ties, and exhausts their physical health entirely for the sake of accumulating numbers in a bank account, believing that money alone is the ultimate provider and protector of their future, have they not made wealth an idol? When a person knows what is morally right, knows what Allah commands, but says, "What will society think of me if I do this? My career will suffer, my friends will mock me," and so they abandon the command of the Creator to please the creation. Have they not elevated the creation to the status of a deity? We may not have physical statues in our living rooms, but our hearts are often completely fragmented. We have a God called career, we have a God called public opinion, we have a God called ego, we have a God called physical desires. We run from one to the other, trying to keep them all satisfied. If our boss is happy with us, we feel secure. If the internet praises us, we feel valuable. If our bank account drops, we fall into absolute despair, as if the Creator of the heavens and the earth has suddenly vanished. This is the modern polytheism. This is the exhaustion of the divided heart. Just like the ancient Meccans, we have created multiple centers of power in our lives because it allows our ego to survive. We divide our loyalties, but look at the anxiety it causes. Look at the depression, the constant fear of not being enough, the terror of losing a job, the panic of aging. This all comes from serving too many masters. When you serve many masters, you are always failing someone. You are always terrified of someone. And this is where the breathtaking beauty of Al-Wahid comes to rescue you. When Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, brought the message of Tawhid, he was offering humanity the ultimate liberation. Think about this deeply. If you truly internalize that Allah is Al-Wahid, the One, and Al-Ahad, the Unique, everything changes. It means there is only one provider. Your boss writes the check, but Allah writes the provision. It means there is only one protector. The doctors prescribe the medicine, but only Allah gives the cure. It means there is only one judge. Society can mock you, cancel you, or praise you, but when you close your eyes for the last time, society cannot add a single second to your life, nor can they save you in the grave. When you make Allah the absolute single center of your heart, a profound, unshakable peace descends upon you. Because the heart is a single vessel, it was designed by the Creator to hold only one supreme love, one supreme fear, and one supreme hope. When you try to stuff the love of the world, the fear of poverty, and the desire for fame into this single vessel, it cracks, it bleeds, it suffers from anxiety. Tawhid takes all those fragmented pieces of your soul and unites them. As the great Islamic scholars have noted throughout history, whoever fears Allah alone, Allah makes everything else fear him. But whoever fears other than Allah, Allah makes him fear everything. Imagine living a life where no human being can emotionally destroy you, because your worth does not come from them. Imagine facing a financial crisis without your soul collapsing, because you know your provision was never in the hands of the economy, it was in the hands of Al-Razak, who is one. This is not just religious theory, this is the ultimate psychological sanctuary. The polytheists in the time of Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, said it was a strange thing to make all the gods into one. But the real strange thing, the real tragedy, is that we have a single creator who holds the keys to everything we could ever desire, yet we spend our lives begging at the doors of the creation. We stand outside the palace of the king, begging from other beggars. It is time to smash the hidden idols within us. It is time to look at our fears, our anxieties, and our unhealthy attachments and recognize them for what they are. They are false centers of power. They cannot give life, they cannot cause death, and they cannot bring true benefit or harm without the permission of the One. Let this be the moment of your internal revolution. Take a deep breath right now, wherever you are listening to this. Let go of the need to control everything. Let go of the desperate need for human validation. Surrender your divided, exhausted heart to Al-Wahid. Tell yourself, I have only one Lord to please. If he is pleased with me, it does not matter who is angry, and if he is angry with me, it does not matter who is pleased. When you simplify your heart to this single focus, the heavy, suffocating weight of the world lifts off your shoulders, the scattered mind finds its home, the restless soul finds its anchor. My dear friends, thank you for walking this profound path of reflection with me today. If these words brought some light to your heart, please remember to subscribe to our channel, which is completely free, so we can continue this beautiful journey together. I pray that Allah, Al-Wahid, the one and only, unites our hearts upon his love. I pray that he shatters the false idols of fear, anxiety, and ego that hide within us. May he grant you a peaceful mind, a focused heart, and a life free from the heavy chains of seeking the pleasure of the creation. May he protect you, provide for you from unexpected sources, and wrap your soul in his infinite mercy. Until we meet again in our next story, I leave you in the perfect care of the one who never sleeps. Peace and blessings be upon you all.